young QBs rating pa.ssers from elite to subpar. There's no question about identifying the elite quarterbacks in today's NFL. However, Father Time eventually will come calling for the league's best, including Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger and Aaron Rodgers, as well as seasoned contemporaries in Matt Ryan, Philip Rivers, Eli Manning and Alex Smith. The NFL then will find itself in a position similar to the one it faced in the late 1990s, when Dan Marino, John Elway, Steve Young, Joe Montana, Warren Moon and company rode off into the sunset. Replacing them were Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, Brady, Donovan McNabb and Brees, followed by Rodgers, Eli Manning and Roethlisberger. The group ended delivering another great era of quarterback play. More, NFL Draft QBs, which 2018 prospect had best season. More, 8 teams that Eli Manning could play for in 2018. More, Philip Rivers blasts New York Giants for benching Eli Manning and NFL without Brady. Brees and company sparks feelings of uneasiness over the state of the quarterback position. But the next generation indeed has promise, with most of it coming from already thriving young passers. Questions remain about others, but all hope is not lost. With the help of 12 experts, former quarterbacks and coaches, as well as current and former talent evaluators, USA Today has rated the league's 30 and under quarterbacks. The men all spoke on the condition of anonymity so they could either speak freely about the level of talent, or avoid commenting on players not on their own rosters. We've broken them down into 6 categories. Russell Wilson, Seahawks, already a Super Bowl champ. Wilson is the unquestioned leader among the quarterbacks in his generation. Accounting for 80% of Seattle's offense this year, he can do it all. His rating as the top 30 or under quarterback was unanimous. Andrew Luck, Colts, shoulder injury aside, there's no question about his ability. In each of his first 3 seasons, he led the Colts to playoff appearances. Since 2012, the Colts own a 43-27 record with Luck. But they're 9-22 when he's hurt. If fully recovered, he will regain elite form, everyone agrees. Management needs to give him a better line to ensure he has a long-lasting career. Carson Wentz, Eagles, some already put him in the bona fide franchise quarterback category. They say he has the chance to become the face of the league. Others opted for the rising star billing to allow more time to prove himself. But as an MVP candidate leading the 10-1 Eagles, the elite projections seem realistic. Jared Goff, Rams, give credit to Sean McVay and his offensive assistants for designing a quarterback-friendly system that has helped Goff go from apparent bust to one of the most impressive young QBs in the league. Tip the cap to Wade Phillips and that defense as well, but Goff has worked hard and will continue to grow. Deshaun Watson, Texans, superstar, one expert blurted the second he heard Watson's name. A freak, said another. He's Robert Griffin coming out, but better. He can throw from the pocket, he can throw on the run, he knows when to slide. Has all the intangibles, too. He will be elite. A torn ACL robbed Watson of a full rookie season, but he was an MVP candidate based on how he had Houston rolling. Insiders expect him to return to full force next year and shine. Dak Prescott, Cowboys, no Ezekiel Elliott and injuries along the offensive line and defense give you pause. For now, he looks like a solid guy who needs help. But experts stress that Prescott remains a gifted quarterback and expect him to grow and thrive. Cam Newton, Panthers, his plane still hasn't returned to his MVP form of 2015. Although he carries his team and possesses elite combination of athleticism, size and playmaking ability, a number of our experts say his streaky outings, accuracy issues and the need for more maturity keep them from giving Newton the elite label for now. Matthew Stafford, Lions, he has all the physical tools to be elite. He has 26 fourth-quarter comeback wins, which ranks him behind only Brady, Brees, Eli Manning and Big Ben among active quarterbacks. But most of our experts find his 0-3 postseason record glaring. Derek Carr, Raiders, he seemed to be headed for greatness, and Carr very well could still wind up being an elite quarterback. But he has regressed this year. Some insiders say this year's change at defensive coordinator has hurt Carr, and that the Raiders would be wise to upgrade in the offseason to help him reach his full potential. Kirk Cousins, Redskins, now in his third season as a starter after backing up RG3, Cousins is on pace to pass for 4,000 yards for a third consecutive year. He ranks among the most accurate quarterbacks in the league. However, like Stafford, he lacks a playoff win on his resume. Most agree he's a top 10 passer, but just outside of that elite group. Andy Dalton, Bengals, the seventh-year pro lacks consistent difference-making ability. His 0-4 career playoff record prompts some of our analysts to describe Dalton as a disappointment. Tyrod Taylor, Bills, he does a great job of taking care of the ball and managing the offense. He keeps defenses off balance with his legs. But if his team falls behind and Taylor has to take to the air to save the day, he falls short too often. Case Keenum, Vikings, see what a quality system, nice weapons and a strong defense can do. Keenum was deemed a below-average journeyman prior to this season. After taking over for an injured Sam Bradford, he is 8-2 as a starter and now on a 7-game win streak. Marcus Mariota, Titans, there are differing opinions on the third-year pro. Some see him as a solid guy who does well in a gimmicky system that enables him to use his athleticism to compensate for deficiencies in the pocket. Others see him as a still-developing passer who has the chance to become the next Aaron Rodgers. Sam Bradford, Vikings, this category should probably be needs health. Bradford, who just turned 30, has struggled to stay in the lineup long enough to live up to his potential. Jameis Winston, Buccaneers, another 2015 draft class member drawing differing opinions. He has the physical tools to be a rising star. But his accuracy issues, decision-making and leadership need work. He also could benefit from organizational stability. Teddy Bridgewater, Vikings, he's solid and could be even better, but last year's devastating knee injury has held him in check. Bridgewater is stuck behind Keenum for now and will have to wait to resume his development. Mitchell Trubisky, Bears, good physical tools. But the first-round pick is playing sooner than he should be and could use a coaching coordinator upgrade like Goff received. Jimmy Garoppolo, 49ers, everyone seems high on him, but how much of it is the Patriots' shine? No one really knows. Garoppolo ensured a weak college team overachieved. Can he do the same for San Francisco with time? We'll see starting Sunday in Chicago when he gets his first 49ers start. DeShone Kizer, Browns, mixed reviews from the experts. Most feel for him that he's in a horrible situation in Cleveland. Kizer has potential, but it's hard to say how much. Brett Hundley, Packers, some hoped he would have matured more from 3 years behind Rodgers. They don't like his inconsistency. But he has shown flashes and could become solid. Jacoby Brissett, Colts, he hasn't done a bad job filling in for Luck. He shined in spot duty while surrounded by a quality Patriots team. He just needs more time. A.J. McCarron, Bengals, the Browns wanted to trade for him and insert him as a starter. He has potential, but he's still unproven. Geno Smith, Giants, he had a 12-18 record with the Jets, throwing 28 touchdowns and 36 interceptions. But he probably played before he was ready. But no one asked about him knows enough to know if he'll ever mount to more. He will start Sunday in place of 36-year-old Eli Manning. Tom Savage, Texans, Blake Bortles, Jaguars, Paxton Lynch, Broncos, Brock Osweiler, Broncos, Trevor Siemian, Broncos, Mike Glennon, Bears, C.J. Beathard, 49ers, Blaine Gabbert, Cardinals. The consensus on this bunch was that most either are best suited as backups or don't belong in the league. The group of already elite passers is small. But there's potential for that bunch to expand, the talent evaluators, former coaches and quarterbacks all agreed. One former coach says the depth of the quarterback position in today's NFL rivals that of the late 90s and early 2000s and says the quarterback position is in good hands for the long term. Two executives, one currently employed and another out of football, predict, however, that the 2018 draft will feature a bumper crop of future star quarterbacks. One predicted as many as 5 quarterbacks could go in the first round. But one expert, a former quarterback, who serves as a mentor to a number of today's young passers, worries about the future of the talent pool, and the quality of the coaching and development the current and future NFL passers will receive. The position is in trouble right now because of a couple things, he said. The college game not developing them. They sit in the gun, look at the sideline and have the plays called from there. They don't know how to call plays in a huddle, not ready for pro style. And NFL coaches aren't doing a good enough job developing in the NFL. They're playing before they're ready to play. The CBA cripples and hinders because March and April used to be crucial times to work with quarterbacks and help them make strides, and now you're not allowed to work with them. So, I worry for these kids. Follow Mike Jones on Twitter @ByMikeJones. Photos, NFL's best celebrations.